Have you waited until you are alone just to punch or kick the wall? ISTPs have a tendency to have intense outbursts of flared-up emotions and rash behaviors. They can also withdraw from you if you mess with them. For today's video, we will highlight the 5 reasons you should not mess with the ISTP. Let us get to it. 5. Comfortable isolating. The ISTP personality traits include needing time to be alone. However, the ISTP is one of the best people to count on to show up and be there for you. It does not matter how much space they need. They will always be out there to support and come up with solutions. Nevertheless, when you mess with an ISTP, you give them the power to crawl into the shells and never come out again. They will stay in their isolated spaces and keep their thoughts internally. Since it is difficult to read them, you might mistake the isolation for their introversion. Due to their natural silence, you might never know they are upset with you. Thus, it would be best never to mess with an ISTP, as they can hold a grudge against you without your knowledge. Suppose ISTPs do not want to withdraw. They can get verbal. Sometimes, the outburst can be public and without a filter. Shortly, we will tell you how ISTP blunt communication works. 4. Injure themselves. Usually, I'm calm, and even once my anger rises, I can keep it contained until I am alone. Once I'm alone, I generally just smash the first thing around. Recently, I've just been slamming my fist down onto my leg. I found I generally stop smashing once my leg goes dead. This confession is on the Personality Cafe community thread, among others describing the intense nature of physical aggression that ISTPs go through. The Personality Cafe, a platform for all personality types to discover themselves and people of similar traits, highlights the scary way that ISTPs react when they are upset. If you find that you care about an ISTP, the least you can do is ensure that they do not hurt themselves because of you. 3. Blunt communication. Let us rationalize this concept of anger. As a personality type, ISTP's strengths and weaknesses point to their emotional unavailability. They do not make emotional connections beyond the present and never trust emotions over rationale. That leaves them somewhat robotic, lacking in identifying feelings and responding carefully. As such, when you mess with an ISTP, expect them to flare up and be blunt and direct. The words could be hurtful and unkind due to their resolve to the rationale and not emotions. The outburst could be embarrassing, as they do not have control over their emotions once it boils over and starts to spill. Their criticism of you will encompass everything they have silently observed about you and how they view all your flaws and abilities. It will be quite an outpouring of bluntness that you will not enjoy. The verbal outburst could also go beyond that. Have you had an ex burnt your clothes or cut your tires? We will tell you the rash behaviors that ISTPs engage in. 2. Withdrawing supports. What is an ISTP without their supportiveness and constant solution-driven resourcefulness? The ISTP is known as the mechanic because they fix everything and can be fun to hang around. Notwithstanding, the fun and the helpful person could withdraw all those charming personalities if you mess with them. For instance, if they feel betrayed, they will stop making themselves available to help you because they think you are taking advantage of them. In addition, if you tell your ISTP friend that they were being unreasonable or that something they want to do is insane, they will fold and stop caring about being your supportive friend. They will stop motivating you or pushing you to strive for the best and might never open up to you about their thoughts on anything you do again. Since many of them are pillars in the lives and careers of so many loved ones, withdrawing assistance could spell doom. We think that you should not withdraw your support from us. We regret messing with you and want to remain in close contact. If this sounds cool, subscribe. 1. Rash emotional behavior. One of the commonest behaviors of ISTPs is to act first and think later. They like to jump into things once they have analyzed them and consider that they have an advantage. This is not to scare you, but if you mess with an ISTP, they might act first and punch you in the gut before thinking about how good a friend you are. I imagine that all the music videos where people burn the clothes of their cheating partners are because of their ISTP personality trait. The World Star videos of exes egging houses and cutting tires only to be arrested involve people who the neighbors never imagined to have anger issues because they are introverted. This ISTP's rash emotional behavior is often underestimated because one thinks the ISTP is fun and quiet, but then they pop off and harm someone. So please do not mess with the ISTP. What are the signs to observe to determine that the ISTP is upset? Knowing these signs will save your life. We have a video where we share the top 5 signs of the ISPT rage.